What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS, the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it. I must go, must leave right now. I must go, must leave this house. I must go, the time is now. I must go, it's time to get out. Okay, people, so what you just heard is a little sample of my new single coming out, my first official single in about 3 years now. It will be dropping August 8th. The time is now. The description below, I have the link so you can pre-save it, pre-order it, all of that good stuff. Again, August 8th, it will be released. I'll have links everywhere, this, that, and the third, to let you guys know. I appreciate any and all support. In case you don't know, I've made music in the past, and music is my passion, and it's time to chase your dreams. The time is now. Thank you to everybody that supports, and we're gonna jump into the news straight away. And unfortunately, it comes with a heavy heart that we got to start this off on a little bit of a somber note, but this is very important. In case you haven't heard, the artist behind the upcoming explosion, and I don't even want to say upcoming because it's been making so much noise for so many years now, but in case you haven't heard, the artist of Solo Leveling has passed away, and it kind of blew everyone away because just recently it was announced that Solo Leveling is getting an anime officially announced, and a lot of people were very excited. And honestly, it breaks my heart to hear this because this guy was on the verge of seeing his dreams come to fruition in all forms. He was going to get his anime and all that stuff, so to hear this, it's a big blow. Let's read. Solo Leveling manhwa artist Dubu passes away. Red Eye Studio announced on Monday that Solo Leveling manhwa artist Dubu, real name Jang Sung Rak, passed away on July 23rd due to a cerebral hemorrhage from chronic illness. A funeral service was held with family members and close friends. Dubu was the illustrator for the manhwa adaptation of author Chugong's Solo Leveling novel series. The manhwa launched on webtoon services in March 2018 and ended in December 2021. Yen Press publishes the manhwa and original novel series in English. The series is getting an anime adaptation by A1 Pictures on Crunchyroll in 2023. Dubu was the CEO of Red Ice, a Korean studio that produced webtoon adaptations of novels. Yen Press provided an English translation of the obituary. On July 23, 2022, the artist of the Solo Leveling manhwa, Mr. Song Rak Jung, has passed away due to health issues. As his family wished, a small funeral was held at his mother's residence, attended by family and close friends. Mr. Jung had been struggling with a health condition for a long time, and he passed away from cerebral hemorrhage stemming from his condition. We would like to thank the readers for all the love and support you've shown for Solo Leveling, and we ask that everyone prays for Mr. Jung to rest in a better place. The staff of Solo Leveling and all of us at Red Eye Studio pray for Mr. Jung, who's always held a deep love for his work and the readers. Respectfully, Red Eye Studio. And yeah, you know, hearing this, I guess on a little more of a serious tip, it just really is once again another stark reminder that life is fragile. Life can go on the drop of a dime, you know what I'm saying? So definitely appreciate what you have in the moment. Appreciate who you have in the moment, because it could be gone just like that. And I hate to start this off on a sad note, but I heard about this earlier this week, and it really broke me down because I was like, wow, I can't believe it. This guy was just about to see his dreams unfold right in front of us, and yeah, we lost him. So rest in peace to Dubu. Condolences and prayers for all of his family. This was a tough one, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, people, next up on a little bit more of a positive note. I know I started this off on a crazy sad thing, but on a positive note, Black Clover fans, the time is now. Black Clover just recently announced its return, and it will be returning officially on July 31st. However, fans couldn't wait because leaks and spoilers started to release, and I'm not even gonna lie, I don't think I've ever seen Black Clover get this crazy amount of coverage, this crazy amount of conversation going, because the night that the spoilers dropped, Black Clover was trending worldwide. Black Clover spoilers was trending, and I'm just here like, holy cow, yo, world freaking wide. Like, I don't remember Black Clover ever trending worldwide to this degree. I think it has trended worldwide before, but this was an absolute insane thing of just fans going crazy, feeling happy and stuff like that, because it has been 3 months. It has been a decent amount of time time, especially considering, you know, you're with a manga, and especially being dedicated to a Shonen Jump series or a weekly series at that. You stay with this series and it becomes a part of your routine and a part of your daily life of, okay, you know, on this day I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna enjoy this. So when you take that out of the equation, kind of leaves a lot of people scrambling to a certain degree, a little bit somber and sad. So having it back blew the internet up. It pretty much broke the internet, so to speak, because that's all I freaking saw on the timeline was Black Clover fans rejoicing. And also with it, we got a couple of comments from the creator of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata, on the final arc of Black Clover, where it's all headed. And yeah, I guess let's read. After a 3-month-long break, we're pleased to announce Black Clover serialization is finally returning. It was quite a break, but I have done my best to exceed your expectations for this final arc. From this point on, Asta and his friends will face even greater difficulties until they reach the Magic Emperor. There's also an anime movie coming up in the future, so I'll be doing my best not to be defeated by the harsh conditions of weekly serializations. Please give us your support. Thank you to all readers who have been patiently waiting even during this long hiatus. Yuki Tabata. And I want to take a little bit of a second to focus in on a line in here in particular where he says, there's also an anime movie coming up in the future, so I'll be doing my best not to be defeated by the harsh conditions of weekly serializations. And we've heard about this too many times to the point of it is scary. I'm not even gonna lie. Like me, I would never, at this point in my life, I don't care whatever it is, I would never do a weekly serialization in Shonen Jump. If the opportunity arose, I would look at it very carefully, but more than likely if I had to live and work the same conditions as a man like Yuki Tabata, Kohei Horikoshi, Eiichiro Oda, I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Like physically, I know that I physically cannot do that because I already be grinding hard, like doing, you know, content, and all of my side endeavors and projects keep me up late into the hours of the night. On top of that, I'm a single father, so I know what it's like to be stressed the hell out and having an incredible workload. But the way these manga authors speak on, you know, Shonen Jump and just in general working this weekly serialization process, it sounds like hell. And I could tell that based off of that alone, Yuki Tabata is probably ready to bring this on home, because you got to imagine, right? He just had 3 months of a break from what he's been doing for the last, what, 7 years? Black Clover got like serialized in early 2015. He's been doing this for over 7 years, and then you get a 3-month break. Let me tell you what happened, because this is what happened with me when I stopped editing all of my videos. Occasionally, I still do edit my videos, but I used to for years upon years, up until maybe like, I don't know, a couple years ago, I was editing all of my videos all the time. It was all me. The first, I don't know, 200 or 150 episodes of FORNEVERNEWS, all me. Everything was me. And you know what happened when I finally got an editor and started having other people edit the videos? When it was time for me to start editing again, like a couple videos ago, for example,
it feels like a nightmare.
It's not the same process at all. Your mind gets detached from it. Your mind almost feels like it gets rewired, so to speak. Like it feels like a living hell to edit a few minutes. So going into this, I could see that him breaking out of that schedule for the last 3 months and being free, so to speak, I'd imagine he just thinks of it as going back to war, going back to hell. Like for editing, and you know, editing is nowhere near close to task as, you know, drawing and all that stuff. I look at it as, yo, this is war, baby. I'm strapping my boots on when it's time to edit a video. I couldn't imagine what it's like going back to a weekly serialization with editors breathing down your neck to get the chapters in on time, having to reach deadlines, criticism and backlash from the fans of, we don't like this, we don't like that. It is a living nightmare, just the way I described that alone, and it's probably 10 times more problems because Yuki Tabata is a married man with children or a child. I don't think he necessarily would prefer to be writing and drawing day in and day out 20 hours a day when his family is out there, so that's probably another layer on it. So when he says, I hope to not be defeated by the harsh conditions of weekly serialization, he means every word of that, and probably then some of what he can't say. So I'm going to be rooting for Tabata. Of course, you already know over on the main channel we will be covering the chapters of Black Clover, all of that good stuff until the bitter end. We did it since 2015 on and off. We're gonna keep on doing it. Yeah, Godspeed to Yuki Tabata. I can't even stress enough that I can only imagine what his mind is feeling like right now. Like you'd imagine that growing up and loving Shonen Jump and loving manga in general, you look at it as like, oh, that's the dream job, to be able to do what I want to get paid for it. But when you start realizing the cost that it takes on you mentally, physically, emotionally, like imagine when those Lucifero chapters dropped and people were bashing the crap out of Tabata. He's already probably malnourished, all sorts of stuff, working all of these crazy hours constantly on a time. And then you got fans not even, you know, respecting his work, fans dissing him, fans shitting on him. There's a difference between criticism and what was done to him during the Lucifero stuff. Like criticism, it's understandable, like, yo, dog, this ain't it, whatnot. They take it to different levels when it comes to trolling and bashing Black Clover and Yuki Tabata, and this is a human being. So just another harsh reminder, stark reminder for fans that, remember, the people behind these things, the people behind not even just mangaka, the people behind your favorite social media accounts, people behind all the things that you like on the internet are people. There's people behind, real blood, you know, flesh and blood people. So just keep that in mind. And once again, ganbatte kudasai, Tabata sensei. You got this, dog. You could do it. And on top of that, it's a little bit early because we won't have these weekly Shonen Jump author comments until next episode. But Tabata also spoke on the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh's passing and the big memorial issue. We have that here, so I figured let's take a look at that one as well. Tabata Sensei's comments on Yu-Gi-Oh mangaka from Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 35. I had the chance to meet Takahashi-san at an award ceremony. I pray for the happiness of Soul in the next world. And yeah, we've been losing a lot of people, you know, in the entertainment industry alone. It's just been in the last couple of weeks we lost the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, Kazuki Takahashi, and then at the same time, like we're speaking this episode, we lost the artist of Solo Leveling, Dubu. Again, rest in peace to all these people, man. It's been a tough time, I'm not gonna lie. We're in a very tough era in terms of the amount of losses we've been taking. So yeah, Hunter x Hunter fans, rejoice, 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 because it seems all the memes must die. All memes must die, fam. That sounds like a great album title. Yo, whoever wants it, it's yours. All memes must die. But big news for Hunter x Hunter, because Yoshihiro Togashi, the infamous author that is legendary for the breaks, the hiatuses, you know, people refer to Hunter x Hunter as hiatus x hiatus, hiatus no more, because over on Twitter he has been giving updates on what's been going on with the manga. Every day he posts a new page from his manuscript. It's usually the corner of the page with a couple of scribbles, if I'm just being honest. I think it was maybe a few days ago he posted a picture of, he drew Kurapika, and he did draw like or posted an old drawing of Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, which I fanboyed the hell out over that one. But ultimately, fans really want to know, yo, what's going on? What's happening here? And we got a massive update. It says here, Hunter x Hunter mangaka Togashi Sensei has completed drawing the manuscript of the first set of new 10 chapters and further informs about working on the next set of 10. Pretty much Yoshihiro Togashi confirmed chapter 391 has been completed and chapter 392 is progressing the same way. He confirmed yesterday he finished drafting all from 391 to 400 and is now posting images drafting from 401 to 410. So pretty much he is on his way to 20 chapters. He already got 10 chapters pretty much down packed and he's working on the next 10. So that's great. That's automatically telling us we might have at the very least about 20 chapters of Hunter x Hunter. So for fans that have lost hope in Togashi, for fans that have said Togashi don't care, it's over, I'm fans, I'm not gonna lie, he still cares, and he's working hard, and it's kind of interesting. I really would ideally hope, because I know everybody believes every single word that comes out of the mangakas and Shueisha's mouths. I don't. I really hope that that's a lie. I really hope that what is happening here is he already completed all of this, and he's just posting a page at a time. And the reason why I hope that he's lying and all of this is just propaganda is so that Togashi isn't overworking and over anxious, because you got to imagine if the world is waiting on him. He's been notorious for being on hiatus and breaks and whatnot. If he is doing this live and every day doing a chapter and having to post up, because it's already become like a ritual, every night he posts up a new chapter or a new page from the chapter, that's too stressful for a man his age. I'm gonna just keep it real. I hope that this is all a lie. He's already written 20 or 30 chapters and he's posting a page a day as they continue marketing until the reveal and the return of Hunter x Hunter. That's just me. I'd prefer it that way. That way the man himself, like, you know, we always say that we care about these authors, like most people say they do, but they don't. Like, no, I prefer it that way. I was glad Yuki Tabata just had 3 months off. I was glad Eiichiro Oda just got a month break. Like, I prefer that, because regardless of what, I don't care. If you love the work, that is great. If you appreciate it, changed your life, saved your life, that is great. The person comes before all else. So I would rather that Togashi's already done and he's relaxing somewhere, and this is just to market and promote the return of Hunter x Hunter. That'd be better for me. Again, could be that is telling the truth, and by all means, hey, if that is what it is what it is, but I'd rather it that way, and I got a sneaky suspicion that maybe it is that way. I don't think Yoshihiro Togashi would come out of a long-ass hiatus to jump on Twitter and post pages every day and put himself under all that pressure. On top of that, that his wife, even though he said in the past that he don't really like to get his wife involved in the stuff, but his wife is one of the most legendary mangaka of all time, the creator of Sailor Moon. Like, yeah, I think he would have her helping him behind the scenes, whatnot. I just don't feel like it would be even wise for, again, a man his age to put himself through that type of stress, to put himself through deadlines and stuff like that of every day I gotta get something done. No, Togashi, I hope you have it all done and you're playing us like a fiddle, and I'd be fine with it, because again, one more time, I care about the person behind the work. I loved Hunter x Hunter. I love Berserk. I would have preferred that Kentaro Miura would have walked away from Berserk before passing away, you know, while creating something he loves. So that's my stance on that. Shout outs to Togashi. It seems as though at the very least we can confirm 20 chapters are coming, which is about, I'd argue, about 3 volumes worth of material, which I think is more than some of his other returns. I remember the return 2016, he had about like 2 volumes worth of work. So it seems like we might have about 3, unless it's like 2 big volumes of 10 chapters each. That's possible as well. But hopefully we could go for 30 and 40 and 50. Hopefully he has just a whole bunch of work. Hopefully Togashi has been doing this all along during the pandemic. He's just been working and chilling at his crib, and he has it all ready for us. And again, Shueisha's like, how about we just market it like that? That'd be my take on it. That'd be my hopes for it, because yeah, I don't want nothing to happen to Togashi. We're losing too many people. Like, long live one of the greatest mangaka ever, Yoshihiro Togashi sensei. Ganbatte kudasai. Dragon Ball fans, Dragon Ball Super fans, I have some news in case you've been wondering, in case you've been hoping like, yo, when are they gonna let us know that we can go and pre-order tickets for the Dragon Ball Super superhero film? I have come to tell you, the movie is in 3D CG. No, in all seriousness, the tickets are up for pre-order now. I believe the movie comes out August 19th. Let's just quickly read so that we have full clarification. Dragon Ball Super superhero tickets now on sale. New English dub trailer revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. Gather your energy, because the time has come to secure an opening night spot for the release of Dragon Ball Super superhero. Tickets are officially on sale for the film's release in the United States and Canada, as well as United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand, with Crunchyroll and Toei Animation debuting a brand new English dub trailer for the film during San Diego Comic-Con. Tickets for the film can now be purchased via Fandango in the US and Canada, and on the global ticketing website in other English-speaking regions, with the anticipated movie set for more than 2,500 theaters across North America on August 19th, in English subtitled and English dub formats. In addition, Dragon Ball Super Superhero will screen in select US-based IMAX theaters. Fans in attendance at San Diego Comic-Con were also treated to a new 20-minute exclusive look at the upcoming movie, following a legendary panel in Hall H that featured Toshio Furukawa, the voice actor for Piccolo, Chris Sabat, the English voice actor for Piccolo, and producer Norihiro Hayashida. So if you're one of the people that is really excited and you're looking forward to it and you can't wait, you really want to see Dragon Ball Super Superhero, you want to make sure you get your tickets, pre-orders are now available, again, on Fandango and all other select locations. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm definitely going to watch this movie. It's a shame because you know, everything I felt about it, and granted, I'm still a little more hyped than I was. Like, I saw things, a friend of mine told me that he saw it and it was quite boo-boo, and I trust that friend's opinion, so I'm even more skeptical now. But I'm definitely going to see it. My whole family is excited to see it. They said, yeah, it's not Dragon Ball, but you know, it'd be a good time, so I'm gonna bring all my kiddos and we're gonna go and try and have a blast with it. Honestly, I'm again going to try and make the best of this. We know that, you know, the anime industry is changing a lot. We know that 3D CGI is inevitable. No matter how much we cry and scream about it, it seems to be closing in. They are getting better at it, and some of the visuals did look okay, so I'm not going to completely crap all over it, but we do know as well that, you know, it failed overseas miserably, did like half of Broly in the first month, so there's that as well. But hey, you can pre-order your tickets now. No, seriously, I'm really going to try my best to enjoy this, and of course, over on the main channel on FORNEVERWORLD, we will have a full review of it when the film drops officially August 19th, but yeah, here it is. My Hero Academia fans, we got a couple of pieces of news for the series. For starters, we got a new visual to commemorate and promote the upcoming new season 6 that is debuting, I believe, October 1st. And I'm not gonna lie, this visual looks pretty sick. Granted, you could definitely see what they're trying to do here. It's really sad and honestly a little bit weird to me that at the end of the day, for everything that has come out of Japan, from tentacles and all sorts of stuff, they are really hell-bent on making the villains a small part of this whole thing and pushing the heroes. Because looking at this image, now that I understand a little bit more about, you know, layout design and how colors really affect things, looking at this, they clearly put the villains, and yes, that's the type of color I guess you would put, you know, a darker tone on the top or whatnot, but it almost feels like it's, don't focus on the villains, look at the heroes. Oh, and those nasty villains are in the corner, but we don't really care about that, because in case you don't know, that was one of the things that ruined season 5 of My Hero Academia, the fact that the villains was such a big deal in the manga, and the anime rearranged things and pretty much downplayed the living crap out of what should have been the best arc of My Hero Academia. And while this poster is awesome, by no means am I discrediting the quality of this poster. I'm discrediting the marketing of this poster. I understand some people might not get what I'm trying to say here, but colors are very impactful in all sorts, whether it be a thumbnail, a promotional poster, or whatnot. So when you look at this, they make sure to make everything heroic stand out. Endeavor, all of the heroes, green, red, blue, but they put in a little purple shade on the side. The villains, don't pay attention to them. And honestly, it's just kind of bizarre that, like, it's a battle manga. They're literally villains. You know that they're, for the most part, irredeemable. Like, Shigaraki wants to just make people crumble to dust. Like, I don't understand what's the big deal of, hey, just give them the shine that they deserve. It kind of just feels a little weird to me. But again, solid poster all around. It's just, I can see now marketing tricks and how they try to divert attention from certain aspects, and it's strange because it's My Hero Academia, heroes and villains. Like, you can't have a hero story without villains. If not, it'll be Teen Titans Go. And does anybody want My Hero Academia Go? Like, no, right? But also, on another note, definitely a little worrisome, and I'm going to be a little bit more on guard when it comes to things happening to our favorite creators, and I'm going to call it out when I see it, because you make enough noise, maybe you can make some change. And y'all already know that weekly Shonen Jump is a very, very harsh working condition. Like, we just, in this episode alone, you go to the Tabata, the Black Clover segment, we talked about him saying how harsh these conditions are of weekly serialization, and it was noted that this week's My Hero Academia chapter, number 361, was only 11 pages, and I believe the previous one was 13 pages. Hope Horikoshi Sensei is doing better. I didn't know that Horikoshi was sick, but maybe he was under the weather. Or no, he took a break, but was it for physical conditions? I'm not sure, but either way, that's worrisome. Like, if he's going from 13 to 11, that means that either he can't catch up because he's so far behind, or he's not doing good. And with everything going on, there's so many authors in this episode alone we're going to be talking about that are either not doing good, you know how we started this episode. It's just a little worrisome. So definitely sending much prayers, best wishes, all of that positive energy towards Kohei Horikoshi. We love your series and we want you to do better. I wish, why doesn't Jump give him a month off? Give him 3 months off. We're in the final stretch of My Hero, right? I get it, probably he wants to get through it, but if Horikoshi is to the point of either not being able to catch up to the work or feeling under the weather, give him time off too. He deserves it. He's been carrying Jump for years upon years until the latest generation of, like, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. My Hero Academia was full-blown the new gen, you know, flagship title. Like, it was One Piece and then, you know, My Hero there and then Black Clover on the side. Give him 3 months off. He clearly needs it. If he's only able to muster up 11 pages and the previous one was 13, something's wrong. Give him time off too. Kohei Horikoshi is a GOAT. We're in the final stretch anyway. I don't know why they didn't give him time off, unless it was Tabata that specifically requested that time off or because of the negative backlash. Either way, Horikoshi deserves it. And, you know, those 3 months, I'm sure he'll work here and there either way, because you can't stop some of these mangaka. I got an interview that I'm going to be posting on my main channel. Well, it'll probably be out by the time you guys see this, of the author of One Piece and Detective Conan, them talking about, like, you know, all of this type of situation. So yeah, again, hearts go out to My Hero Academia's creator Kohei Horikoshi. Seems as though he might be not doing well, or he might be falling behind schedule. Give him a break, Jump. Give him a break. Everybody else gets a break. Give one of the other goats a break too. Okay, people, next up is a little bit more of a controversial story, but I definitely wanted to cover it. The artist of Static, you may know him. He's probably one of the greatest and one of my favorite upcoming artists right now, Nicholas Draper-Ivey. He's just great. Honestly, he did some character models and stuff for me in the past, and he's just freaking awesome. Well, recently some stuff went down. He did a cover of, I believe it was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a freaking beastly fire cover like I've never seen, but the publishers decided to not credit him, and that right there kind of got me even pissed off, because for starters, I'm cool with dude, but above all else, I was just kind of like, how do you do this? Like, what the hell? Let's read. Over on Twitter, he said, IDW Publishing, WTF. See, this is why I'm always in a bad mood. Imagine pouring your soul into a piece and they totally credit someone else for your work. It's not a, oh, they did art for an issue thing either. They printed that out, and I'm just looking at the cover right now, and wow, I didn't know. Wow. No, actually, I'm lying. I've seen him post this, if I'm not mistaken, and I was flabbergasted that, holy cow, one person was able to do this. Sometimes I'm so amazed at art that a lot of creators make that I'm like, how does a human do this? These are hands of a god, you know what I'm saying? So I was just flabbergasted to hear this. He went on to say, I worked so hard on this. This just makes me not want to do covers for anyone else ever again. I'm tired. I went through the book and was like, maybe they're saying that's who's doing interiors for that book. That's not the case at all. My name is nowhere to be found. And bottom line, IDW Publishing, y'all dead wrong on this one. This is nasty. Y'all need to fix this. Y'all need to, and I don't know as a press time if they've responded to this or they've said anything, but either way, this is wrong. This is flat out wrong. Artists that put their time, passion, and effort into things like this deserve their credit. On top of that, it's not even that they didn't credit him. They credited somebody else for his hard work. That is just flat out disgusting and wrong, and this needs to be fixed ASAP. I don't know if they can do a reissue of it. I don't know if they, whatever it is, they need to make this right with him, because first of all, Nick makes great work. He's very humble. He does his thing. He don't bother nobody, and on top of that, this is wrong. Yo, this is just, I can't even believe that this is actually a thing that they did. Like, dog, you have to put, especially when it's something like that on that scale, like you published a physical piece and you credit somebody else for his hard work. Not cool, not cool at all. Highly encourage, if you do see this, and IDW Publishing, you need to do better. You need to correct this immediately, because not cool. And I'm a bit disgusted with this one. I'm gonna be real with you, because again, it's already bad enough to not credit somebody, but then giving the credit to somebody else, wow. And I just felt like I had to cover this, because for starters, Static alone, the comic, it looks like damn near manga or anime. It almost looks like a comic anime or something. Like, he's just done such a unique, different style. And yeah, this Power Ranger cover is fire, and he deserves his credit. Shout outs to you, Nick, over here on FORNEVER News. You know, you're always welcome to come through. Anything you got to say, any message, it will be heard. So yeah, just wanted to put this out there. Make sure at the end of the day too, for any artists that are working with any publishing companies, that you stay on top of things like this. Like, this could have easily slipped by, and Nick could have just been like, oh yeah, that work I did, you know, I'm on to the next, because I'm sure he's like busy with 50 million projects. I mean, for starters, working on Static alone, I'd imagine, is a task. So yeah, stay on top of these things, because it's not cool, and you deserve your credit. Artists, to me, are some of the most gifted and special people, and I don't like hearing this, but I just felt like I had to bring this to you guys' attention. IDW Publishing credits somebody else for this amazing Power Ranger cover, and yeah, not cool. Okay, people, next up, stark and harsh reminder of what's happening to physical print, because I always, you know, see this at in third about manga sales. In fact, I would say that 2020, because of what was going on with the world, because everybody was locked in, I've never seen like a skyrocket in all facets of manga sales. Physical manga sales, especially in the West in particular, were skyrocketed up through the roof. And it seems as though that was probably, again, a isolated case, because in 2020, you know, everybody was really locked down. As the last couple of years have gone by, people have been a little bit freed, and it shows that that probably had an effect on manga sales, because manga sales physically, especially especially in Japan, are down and they're decreasing. According to this information we got courtesy of Manga Nimai, the total physical plus digital Japanese publishing market size for the first half of 2022, January to June, was estimated at 833.4 billion yen, a 3.5 decrease from the previous year. Physical decreased to 596.1 billion yen, about 7.5%, with books at 352.6 billion yen, minus 4.3%, and magazines minus 11.8%. All major categories and books fell below the previous year. For magazines, monthly magazines including comics, manga, and MOOC, and weekly magazines both are down by 12.8% from the previous year. However, the good news in this, because yes, it is bad, and at the end of the day, in case you don't see hello behind me, I'm a massive fan of owning the physical. I just like it. Like, there's something very different of an experience of being able to flick through the pages, and I know it sounds weird, but smell the pages and whatnot. I guess maybe that's like the old timer in me of like, yo dog, I like myself, don't get me wrong. I've become a lot more, I've come around to the idea of digital manga. Like, lately I've been catching up with the One Punch Man manga over on the Jump app, and I've been loving it. Like, you know, the backlighting makes the pages look crisp and stuff like that, all of that good stuff, but owning physical is amazing to me. However, digital is on the rise. The market share for digital continues to grow to 28.5% of the total market size, an increase from 25.3% from last year. Digital manga now take up 88.4% of the digital market and 25.2% of the total market. So 25% of the total market is manga. Of books in general, 25% of books is manga, and 88% of the digital market is manga. So while we're seeing the decline, which it's to be expected during this digital era of physical media, the digitals is going up. So I don't want to necessarily even completely blame it on everybody, you know, binged into manga in 2020 and then completely fell off. Maybe that definitely plays a part, but it seems as though digital is increasing, and I guess to a certain degree I can understand why that would happen. I mean, for starters, who wants to own, like, unless you're a collector like me that I love collecting stuff, who really wants to own a gajillion books, especially with long running series? Like, One Piece alone is 100 volumes, 100 volumes. I don't even have all of One Piece books anymore. Like, I don't even have all of the One Piece books right now, but like, that shelf alone is just One Piece, and that's only like I'm missing a gajillion volumes at this point. So I couldn't imagine having every freaking volume of One Piece, every volume. I have like every volume of Berserk. Where's my Berserk collection? Like, my Berserk collection is, oh, right here. Like, you can't see it, but down there, one of these whole things again is filled with Berserk. So I understand where digital, it's like, hey, it's all on this small device. I have all of One Piece, all of Berserk, all of Bleach, Naruto. Like, so I understand that aspect of it, but it's sad that, honestly, realistically speaking, I don't know if it'll be in 20 years, 30 years, but physical books will be old thing of the past. Think VHS, think 8-track, and it's pretty much going that way. Like, even DVD and Blu-ray ain't a thing anymore. Like, they are so, like, I go sometimes shopping out, you know, like Walmarts and stuff like that, and I see that they are dropping the prices dramatically. They're trying anything to get people to buy physical media because digital is on the rise with streaming apps and all of these things. The Shonen Jump app, you know, the streaming apps, like anime and manga as physical media in general. Physical media as a whole, I don't even want to just put it down to anime and manga, is going to decline because it's just so much more convenient, cheaper, easier, all of the above to go the digital route. And it sucks because that means that eventually the physical market will be more of like a luxury thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if 20, 30 years from now it's like a luxury to have the physical volume, the same way that like CDs at this point is pretty much like a luxury thing. Like, and they don't even really promote CDs almost at all anymore. It's like, hey, we got vinyls, like, hey, look at this cool retro vinyl shit. Like, they don't really even promote the CDs, and books and DVDs and Blu-rays are on that path as well. And it's sad, but this is a clear indication, at the very least in Japan, the manga market, physical going down, but digital is thriving. So take that as you will, but that's the state of the manga market as it stands right now. And it also makes sense, right? Because like, whenever we get these, you know, the top 50 best-selling manga of the week and all of that stuff, I've noticed over the last couple years, we went from a high of like all of these series, from even the newbies of like Marshall and stuff like that, doing like 100K first week, to 60, 50, like all across the board. All of these things have been affected, all of these manga, and it's not just manga, clearly it's the whole industry. So take that as you will, but digital manga is the future. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to be mad about it either, because at the end of the day, Well, it's the world. 3D CG's taking over anime. Like, we're in a transitional era for entertainment, I feel. Everything is moving over in a different direction. Anime is trying to go 3D. Books and, physical media is going digital. Like, that's the future. Okay, next up, in case you don't know, recently there was an interview conducted between two of the most legendary mangaka that are still going, Eiichiro Oda, creator of One Piece, and Gosho Aoyama, creator of Detective Conan, and they said a lot, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna have a couple of pieces because it's a really long interview. I think right now I have the audio at like 40 minutes. I'm currently having it edited down a little bit, but like, yeah, it's a ridiculous amount, but here's some excerpts from it, from some of the most interesting bits, so you could take it in and be like, oh, this is what Oda feels like, because Oda sounds like that jump spirit is truly within him for competitive nature, while Gosho Aoyama, the creator of Detective Conan, is like, you're you, I am me, on some Zen stuff. It's wild, but here's a couple of clips from it. That's why I always considered Detective Conan an enemy to me and thus didn't read it. I even had thoughts such as, I'll drag you down. Not joking, I used to think of you as an enemy until now. Holy shit. Are there any highlights fans should be on the lookout for going forward? I have to draw a case where Rum once had both of his eyes, as well as how that connects to Akai Shuichi's father, Tsutomu. Maybe that'll be interesting for readers. For me, this is tough to answer. There'll be lots for sure, but I want readers to be surprised, so I don't know if I should say it here. True. Well, for now, the past will be a big deal. Something once happened in the world during the Void Century, which will come to light soon, and should prove both fun and interesting. What I find the most fun is when readers are enjoying themselves. It's truly a ton of fun. And while we're on the topic of One Piece, something that came out recently that I saw a little bit of backlash back and forth for the live action One Piece Netflix series. They recently showed the casting for Luffy when he was younger, and it is this little boy right here, which please be respectful in the comments. You never know who's watching or whatnot, and it's just not cool. This is a kid at the end of the day. Apparently, Colton Osorio will be playing young Luffy, and a lot of people are saying, dog, he don't look like Luffy. Like, I would argue the only problem I would have is that realistically, he doesn't look too much like the other actor that's playing Luffy, in the current time. Like, that's the only thing, that he doesn't necessarily look too much like him, but I ain't really mad at it. At the end of the day, he's not going to be in the series that long, right? He's like, you're going to see flashbacks here and there of Kid Luffy with Shanks and stuff like that, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. And they throwing in the diversity casting, and it's not something outrageous to me. Like, I think it's like, hey, it's okay. It's a little kid. He's getting his shot at doing something legendary. This is going to change his life, and who knows, maybe it could be cool. I mean, the One Piece live action so far hasn't shown anything that is like jarring or bad. Like the Yu Yu Hakusho live action looks like it's going to be a train wreck for the most part. Like, I'm going to have a little bit of faith, but it looks like it's going to be a train wreck. This one doesn't seem that way at the very least for now, and I'm fine with the casting. I think it's cool. Shout outs again to this kid, Colton Osorio. Hopefully he does a good job with the acting. Like, that's really what I'm going to focus on the most, is that if he can do the role, if he can take care of it, if he could get it done properly, then by all means, this is Luffy. It is what it is, young Luffy. But hopefully they set it up in a way where he does look more like the actor. That's the only other issue that I have. Like, I want him to look like, how he's going to look when he gets older, because again, from this picture alone, he doesn't necessarily look exactly like the actor that is playing, teen Luffy, adult. I want to say adult Luffy, but he's not really an adult. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like this young Luffy, this kid playing young Luffy, is going to be able to do it, pull it off, or moving forward? Undead Unluck fans, it was looking horrendous for a bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I was worried. I was skeptical what's happening with this one, because in case you don't know, Undead Unluck is a series that's been in Jump for few years now. It's been like, what, 2 years, maybe over 2 years, 3 years, something like that. It's been around for quite a bit, and up until this point, never really got, honestly, much promotion. Like, I never really hear them push Undead Unluck all that much. It was, I think, at the end of last year, Jump Festa, a lot of fans were holding out, hoping that we was going to get an anime announcement. Nothing. I got to the point when they announced that the final arc is incoming, and hearing like, damn, there's no, Undead Unluck anime announcement, I lost hope. I'll be honest with you. I said, yo, they're gonna really give us a low blow and announce at the end of the manga, yo, we got a live action coming, like how they did Bleach or something. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen. I'm gonna just be real. But it seems as though Jump has not given up on Undead Unluck, and they're continuing on in their motto that we're gonna get to in a second of what they've been doing the last couple years. But according to this, it says here, confirmed, Undead Unluck is getting a TV anime adaptation. The official announcement and more will be coming soon. But Undead Unluck is getting an anime, people. And what I was referring to a second ago regarding what they're doing is similar to what just happened with Marshall. They announced, boom, final arc, and now we're getting an anime for it by A1 Pictures. It seems to be that's the route, like I've been saying for a while now. It seems as though they're looking more so towards the bag on the anime side of things, on the licensing side of things, opposed to focusing in on those manga sales. It seems like they probably aren't making as much, or they're making a lot more from other sides besides the manga, and they're like, yo, end it as soon as possible so we could get an anime adaptation and continue it that way. I mean, for crying out loud, Demon Slayer ended in 2020, and in 2022 we still got like 3 more seasons in the next few years or something. Like, I don't even know, it's about 2 to 3 more seasons of Demon Slayer, and the manga's been over, and this is unheard of for Jump. Their motto has always been, hey, if it's going to have an anime, it has to have the manga continuing on to cross promote. But I think they're just looking at it as with the United States and, you know, North America as a whole being, and worldwide, not even just, I don't want to just say only North America, India, all over the place, people are really riding with anime. It's like they're looking at it, well, we don't need to focus on manga no more. We could end these things and keep it going. And it's sad because I love, and you know, we come from the era of Naruto, 700 chapters. One Piece is still rolling in 3 generations later with 1,054 chapters and stuff like that. So I come from the era where, you know, I love the long runners and whatnot, but it's starting to become a thing of the past, which still a couple hundred chapters feels like a long runner, but for the most part, it looks like Jump's aim and goal is end the manga now, anime later, because Undead Unluck is in its final arc and it's now about to get an anime. Probably has, what, few months left, I'd imagine, and then they're gonna end it. So it is what it is, but at the very least, there's a silver lining that for people that wanted to get into Undead Unluck, that never gave it a chance and they were waiting for the anime, and just in general fans that I feel deserve it, because all I've ever heard from people that I really trust their opinions is that Undead Unluck is amazingly slept on. It is a great story, a great series. Don't be fooled by the fan service in the first chapter. Like, that is not really a thing. And I remember I read about 25 chapters, I think, of it, and I loved what I read. It gets really interesting, really intricate, so dope stuff. Hopefully they do it right, though. Hopefully it's not like, I don't know, what studio at this point would even take it that would be reputable and be able to do it. Like, let's cut the crap. Not Ufotable and not Mappa. They're not doing it. They got too much on their plates. If I'm wrong, then by all means I'm wrong. I highly doubt it'll be those two. There's Bones, even though Bones is right now in the process of doing My Hero and Mob Psycho, but maybe Bones. A1 is doing Solo Leveling, and what's the other one? Marshall, hello. So, you know, A1 is a little bit right now restricted. I don't know how much I would trust Shaft at this particular point, being honest. Cloverworks, maybe. Yeah, actually, maybe Cloverworks. Yo, if they go to Toei Animation or Studio Pierrot, I don't even know. Like, yo, how would you feel if, oh no! But yes, people, Undead Unluck, the anime incoming, about to be crazy. Okay, people, just really quickly wanted to remind you, in case you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified. We drop FORNEVER News every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST over here on the official FORNEVER News channel. I got you covered. And then throughout the week, for your convenience, we also drop small segments from the episode for your viewing pleasure. That way you can just jump straight into the episode and it's like, okay, boom, small little amount, get you going. Moving forward, yikes, people, yikes. This is not something you want to hear, especially for people that just recently started investing into reading this series. It's not good, but the writing started to become on the wall very clear. Because in case you don't know, there's a new manga that just debuted, I want to say maybe a month and a half ago, in Weekly Shonen Jump, known as Ruri Dragon, and it was actually picking up a bit of steam. Like, the author just opened up a Twitter account, an official Twitter account. Like, a lot of people were praising it, saying it's a little different and unique and all of that jazz. However, the author, very soon into serialization, I want to say after chapter 4, started getting sick and needing to take breaks, and it was kind of looking a little bit, you know, I guess you would say messy, so to speak, because when you're a new serialization, they don't even give you breaks for like the first year, damn near. Like, you pretty much stuck to, you got to drop a chapter every week. And with all of that, I was worried about, like, how is this author going to be able to do this if they're getting sick early on into serialization? And everyone's worst fears came true, because yeah, it's, let's read. Ruri Dragon by Masaoki Shindo is entering an indefinite hiatus due to the mangaka's poor physical condition. Thank you for reading Ruri Dragon every week. Due to the poor physical condition of Masaoki Shindo, Ruri Dragon will enter hiatus starting Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 35. The series was already absent from Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 33, and the editorial department looked for a way to create a substantial schedule while facing the mangaka's health condition, but after various discussions with Masaoki Shindo, it has been decided that it would be better for them to take a break to recover so the serialization continues in perfect conditions in the future. We will inform of the series comeback in upcoming Weekly Shonen Jump issues. We are very sorry to all readers who were looking forward to the series and kept sending comments and letters. We will do our best to bring back Ruri's daily life, so we would appreciate it if you would look over us in the future. We look forward to your continued support of Ruri Dragon, Weekly Shonen Jump editorial department. So basically, it's going on a hiatus that is undetermined. It could be a month, it could be 3 months, they don't know, but essentially it's going on hiatus. Thankfully, it wasn't given the axe. They didn't say, you know what, we just flat out canceling it. They are planning on bringing it back, and seemingly they're saying they're bringing it back to Jump, although I'd imagine it would make more sense depending on how severe this condition is. If this author is like way too sick to do this and this is a more, you know, ongoing issue, it might be better to put them in Jump Plus or one of their other publications, because just being honest with you, if this is something like the author World Trigger, for example, where they're constantly getting sick, you cannot keep up with the harsh conditions of weekly serialization, especially in something like Jump, in this fashion. You're gonna have to take some type of change, and it really sucks. I can only imagine what Masaoki Shindo is feeling. You have your goals, your dreams are right in front of you, boom, they're coming along, and then this, you know what I'm saying? So my heart goes out to this author immensely. Like, it really sucks to see your dreams right in front of you, to have them at your fingertips. You know, you just get started, and then boom, something like this happens. But again, I'm gonna be hopeful, and I'm just thankful that Jump didn't say no, it's done, it's over with. I think the fact that it got some type of acclaim and people were liking it from the Jump is what probably helped to keep them from just completely saying, man, we're out of here with that, because there's already a fan base for this, and it's only like a month worth of chapters in. But it is unfortunate, and hopefully this author gets better. Hopefully this author can return and chase after their dreams, because I know what it's like to feel like your dreams are being, you know, swiped away, and it's not a good feeling. So my heart goes out to them. Get better, Masaoki Shindo. Terrible. And for all the fans that are reading it, I know you're probably disappointed, but absolutely you have to understand, and please don't be nasty about it at all. This is something serious. If somebody is that sick that they have to pull the manga off at this stage, and, you know, early in the game, this is serious. And yeah, again, best wishes, and hopefully Ruri Dragon will return to Shonen Jump soon. Jujutsu Kaisen fans, we got a little bit of a weird but fun and honestly a big update if you think about it for Jujutsu Kaisen, because yeah, they're making big moves despite the fact that, you know, the series is continuing on. It still has weekly chapters coming out every week. They are not staying small. They are scaling the crap out of this series, because according to this, Jujutsu Kaisen to arrive at Universal Studios Japan with special 4D episode. Universal Studios Japan announced on Monday that it would be incorporating the Jujutsu Kaisen anime into not one, but 2 attractions at the theme park this year. The first is Jujutsu Kaisen, the real 4D. This 4D cinema experience, with all the usual wind in your face, sprays of water, and moving sets, will feature an entirely original animation that is about 20 minutes long. The story is likewise completely new. Here's the official synopsis. A new branch of the Jujutsu High School is opening in Osaka, Japan. As prospective students for this new school, you are invited to the groundbreaking ceremony for the school building. According to Kuroishi, the man claiming to be the principal of the Osaka branch, this new school will be established to train Jujutsu sorcerers in order to save people from the ever-increasing number of curses that have been inflicted upon them in recent years. There is something fishy going on here. Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara have secretly infiltrated the ceremony, but just as the ceremony begins with great pomp and circumstance, a terrible plot is revealed. The second Jujutsu themed attraction is a retooling of the roller coaster Hollywood Dream, the ride, called Jujutsu X Hollywood Dream, the ride, Kaikai Kitan. This roller coaster features an inbuilt sound system that allows each individual rider to pick from a selection of songs to ride to. For the Jujutsu Kaisen collaboration, the anime's theme song Kikai Kitan by Eve will be available for your listening enjoyment. And this is scheduled to run from September 16, 2022 to July 2nd, 2023. So if you want to get up in there and get on that Jujutsu Kaisen ride, you've got a little bit of time. And I'm not going to lie, my thing out of all of this is I wonder if we're going to be able to see this 20-minute episode. I mean, I get it. It's mainly made for this ride, which is kind of crazy that they're making original episodes for theme attract. Like, anime and manga has gotten so big, huh? Like, it's nuts. But yeah, that's what I would want to see. Like, can we see this new Jujutsu school, this 20-minute episode? I'd imagine probably not until this thing is closed down. That'll probably be completely exclusive, and maybe after the fact we'll be able to see this episode, because yeah, it's been a while. Like, how long has it been since Jujutsu Kaisen's anime's been over with? I want to see some more. Not to mention, if this was animated by Studio Mappa, it's probably going to look good, because yeah, if they're putting this in a theme park attraction, they probably want to make it look as beautiful as possible, because this is supposed to bring people in to ride the Jujutsu Kaisen ride and watch this never before seen new fresh episode that I really want to see. And if I go to Japan between now and then, I'm going to go watch that, and I'm going to go ride those rides, even though I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of roller coasters at all. I get a little bit squeamish, if you know what I mean. But yes, for any Jujutsu Kaisen fans that were thinking about going to Japan, Universal Studios over there, there's a new Jujutsu Kaisen ride, 2 new rides, and a new episode, 4D episode, and I'm mad that I can't see that. Yeah, well, maybe I can. I don't know. We'll see. Somebody bring me out to Japan. Bring me on tour. Something. Dragon Quest fans. The Dragon Quest anime, to be precise. The Adventures of Dai. It seems as though the anime is going way longer than I anticipated. I'll be honest with you. Personally, I forgot that this thing was still going. I thought that it already had wrapped up, and not by any means that I dislike it, because I was watching it, and every now and then I jump back in and I watch a couple episodes. It's really good. But apparently, Dragon Quest's anime, The Adventures of Dai, will go over 100 episodes. So even though it feels like, you know, the era of ongoing anime is over, at the very least its adaptation of a classic is going for the long haul. Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai anime to have 100 episodes. The official website for the new anime of Riku Sanjo and Koji Inada's Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai, Dragon Quest Dai no Daiboken manga, announced on Friday that the anime will have 100 episodes. Series director Kazuya Karasawa made the announcement. The anime premiered in October 2020. Yeah, man, it's been forever. Crunchyroll and Hulu are streaming the anime as it airs. The show went on hiatus after Toei Animation hack in early March and aired its first new episode in 6 weeks on April 16th. So yeah, I forgot they even had to take that break. It's madness. Singer-songwriter Mite no Hanashi, who did Peach Boy Riverside's ending theme, is performing the show's new ending theme song, Tobutori wa The Flying Bird Is, which marked the show's entry into its 7th quarter of a year in late April. Jesus, 7 cores. The show aired its 87th episode on Saturday. Kazuya Karasawa, who did Dragon Ball's, he was the director of Dragon Ball Super, as well as Dragon Ball Super Broly. He did storyboards. He's going to be serving as director at Toei Animation, and that's really dope. Honestly, it sounds like they're doing a faithful adaptation for this one. Deserves nothing less. It's a classic. Dragon Quest was something that, especially back in the day, was big. I think the Avon spin-off manga is doing very well as well, and this is good too for something that is becoming a dying breed of long runners. Like, y'all already know, Black Clover got canceled at 170 and that was it, or, you know, stopped, not canceled. I'm sorry, people hate that word. You know, they put the Black Clover anime on hiatus after episode 170. A lot of long runners are down. It's like One Piece, Detective Conan, and Boruto. So the fact that this is a reminder, well, Dragon Quest has been ongoing and it'll go to the 100 episode mark. That's really good. Not to mention, again, seemingly they've been doing a faithful adaptation of it, which is a blessing, because you already know, especially when they return with stuff, there's times where they could make a huge miss, and Dragon Quest doesn't deserve that, because from what I've seen, I don't even know, I'm like, wait, 20, 30 episodes in? It's really good, and it will have over 100 episodes. Yeah. Okay, next up, people, this right here gets me upset. This right here gets me a little mad, because what the heck? I think oftentimes a lot of these corporations, a lot of these entities that license manga and anime should do more due diligence beforehand. I think that they're not doing their homework before they license things, or they're running away from any sort of backlash, because censorship is getting out of hand. Censorship is right now being way too dominant, and on top of that, a lot of these foreign licensors are taking way too many liberties. Like, you license these things, you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z. You're not supposed to put your own little touches on it. You're not supposed to put your hands in it. Like, we've been hearing constant things of, hey, they're censoring dialogue, they're changing dialogue, and that's not your job. Your job is to put from point A to point B in the best translation possible. That's it. Not go in and, yeah, we got to get rid of this and that and the third. But this right here takes the cake on, oh my god, we're in a very, very dark time where censorship is becoming beyond outrageous. Yeah, let's just read. According to Anime News and Facts, the censorship in Square Enix's Manga Up app is so absurd and hilarious. Manga Up is a recently launched English manga reading service launched by Square Enix 2 days ago, and I'm just looking at some of these pieces as what are they doing? Like there's also different levels of censorship, right? Like there's censorship where they don't completely show something, there's censorship where they take, you know, little liberties and paint over things, but right here they're literally pulling what the only thing I can remember off the top of my head was like Terraform Mars, where they're literally just putting black boxes on top of manga panels to cover certain things, like this character right here where she's showing clearly it's fan service, it's a fan service character, and they put a black box over her chest. Like, what the hell? Don't get me wrong, I get it where, hey, you don't, but then you don't license this, period. If this is too outrageous to be selling, you don't license it. And there's other areas where they put like a black box down there. Like, this is something else, like just throwing black boxes everywhere. That's straight up what ruined the Terraform Mars anime, and we're going down a dark, slippery slope. I've heard that, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this, Netflix has been retroactively going in and censoring and changing certain things from certain episodes of series like Stranger Things to basically censor and remove stuff that is deemed inappropriate, and that's outrageous. Like, pretty much things that you experience beforehand, when you go back to experience them, might not be the same because now a lot of these liberties are being taken. But this is, I don't even know, like, Square Enix, get your shit together. This is not your job to throw black boxes. If you have a problem with what you're licensing, then maybe you shouldn't license it, or maybe you should talk to these, and I don't know if the creators are giving them the blessing to do this. I don't know if the Japanese publishers are saying, yeah, by all means do this, but what the hell? Like, flat out, this is not the move. This is not the wave at all. Either don't license it or something's got to give, because this is not cool. This type of censorship is just, it's garbage. Like, there's certain instances where it's a slippery slope for me. Like, there was one in particular with, I forget, it's the new series from the creator of To Love Ru. You could argue a case for, that's kind of gross, I don't want to see that type of stuff. So there's arguments to be had there, but this, I don't know, it just seems outrageous. And the type of censorship, like, not even just, you know, like, hey, let's erase certain body parts or something, or let's cover up, like, they just, here's a black box, there you go. And for people that are buying this, like, I won't buy it, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I come across a manga that I'm going to buy and I see shit like this in the manga, black boxes covering things and stuff, I'm not buying it. And it has nothing to do with, oh, I need to see the fan service. Trust me, that's not my bag at all. It's just, what the hell? This is not worth your money. Don't buy shit like that. Don't support shit like that, because you support stuff like that, they're gonna take it steps further and further, and this is horrible. This is, no, don't support that. And I get it, everybody gotta eat, I understand completely. So it's not that I'm trying to be hurtful towards the people that are, you know, in production and the people working behind it, but when you're making moves like this, we can't accept that, because what's next? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna remove fighting moves, like, hey, the Kamehameha is too controversial, we gotta remove it from every episode of Dragon Ball moving forward. Like, no, like, that's where it could end. That's definitely where it could go, where, oh, that attack was too, you know, brutal, we gotta remove that. Oh, those lines of dialogue, we gotta get rid of that. And it'll get worse and worse. I'm noticing as anime and manga is continuing to expand and become larger than life globally, these are the problems that we're facing more and more. And yeah, strap up your boots, kids, because it's going to get worse. I have no doubt in my mind, if they're trying to pull shit like this now, how much worse it's going to get, time will tell. But I could tell you that it's going to get bad. Don't support shit like this, because we'll get more and more, and it'll go down a dangerous route where whole entire series will not exist or won't be able to be published anywhere because of shit like this. And to be honest with you, I'd prefer, if you're not going to do it right, leave it over there and let fans do what they will. That's just my take. I know it is what it is. There's people that work hard, but those are terrible decisions, and it'll lead to affecting other stuff. Like, maybe I don't care necessarily about those series to be like, oh my god, I just want it or whatever, but like, imagine One Piece. Imagine you're reading a chapter of One Piece and all of a sudden there's black boxes everywhere Nami is at, or Robin, or Usopp's nose, or some fucking crazy shit. Like, you just never know how far they could take it. Don't support this. One last time, I know I said that a bunch of times, but that's garbage, absolute garbage, and I don't care. I stand on that. Toriko fans, all of you out there, Toriko fans, well, you probably thought we're never going to hear anything else from the series, because to be honest with you, towards the end of Toriko's run, it felt like Shueisha completely abandoned and dropped it, considering Toriko started off where we had crossovers with One Piece. We had like multiple crossovers with One Piece. We had that huge special that I still to this day don't understand. Like, yo, they really wanted to make Toriko that next big thing, and they gave it their all. Of Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Toriko all together, big anime TV special. They did that. They did the works to make Toriko pop, and then towards the end they got a rushed ending. A lot of fans were dissatisfied with how they wrapped it up. They said it was supposed to go a lot longer and they cut it short. So I thought honestly they were going to just bury Toriko. I thought it was going to be one of those things where you know about Toriko but it's never going to get any love, but they haven't completely forgot about it seemingly. According to this, it says Toriko's 15th anniversary key visual. The series is set to release news and plans in 2023, and it's of Toriko and Kamatsu. Yes, I do remember Kamatsu. I read what, 100 chapters of Toriko back in the day, and I watched like the first 50 episodes of the anime. I did my Toriko the best I could. Honestly, even from this 15th anniversary thing and them cook, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like they're gonna, I don't know, put out some Toriko snack wraps or something like that. Like, yo, Kamatsu's Takayuki or whatever that shit is pronounced. Like that's probably what they're gonna do with it. I don't see them doing anything major. I doubt we're gonna get any big anime episode. If I'm wrong, by golly, that'd be great. I know fans would love more Toriko, but I don't see them doing any more anime. Maybe the author might do a special chapter. Y'all know he tried to return with, what was it, Build Kings, and that didn't do well and got canceled. So who knows what the future holds, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this being anything substantial that is going to make like former Toriko manga readers or anime watchers go like, yeah! It's probably going to be something small, like, hey, they're opening up a Toriko style restaurant in Tokyo or something like that, which that's still dope for the franchise, but it realistically does nothing for fans that want more Toriko. And a lot of people really love Toriko. That had a solid fan base, despite the fact that it never really caught on like in a major way. Like, I never really got into Toriko like that, despite the fact, again, I read 100 chapters and watched like 50 episodes. It never really latched me because I just never could get over the idea of they're fighting to the death over food. I know that sounds sacrilegious to Toriko fans. There's a lot more to it, but the whole premise just really was something that stopped me. But either way, there's a 15th anniversary plan with news and all sorts of stuff for 2023. Yo, give at least a, I don't know, a OVA or something, a couple of OVAs, something like that. That'd be kind of neat. But yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath, Toriko fans, on them doing anything substantial. I mean, there's a possibility, but considering the fact that Toriko never became what they really wanted it to become, yeah, take this with a grain of salt of anything other than, you know, restaurants and snacks and stuff like that, considering Toriko is like kind of food based. I get it, there's more than just food in there, but you know what I mean. Saint Seiya fans that want more of the 3D CG, although to be fair, taking a look at this 3D CG that they did with Saint Seiya, it's actually pretty decent stuff, and we got some news here. Here's the exact time Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac Battle for Sanctuary begins. The saga of Masami Kurumada's Saint Seiya is about to return to the screen, and we now have the exact time for the debut of Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac Battle for Sanctuary. The first 2 episodes will launch together on July 31st at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Best of all, the series will debut as sub and dub episodes on the same day. This includes the English and Spanish dub versions, day and date with the subtitle premiere, and it just gives you an idea of, okay, boom, this is when it's coming out. So, and it says the first Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac series premiered on Netflix between 2019 and 2020, adapting the Galaxian Wars, Black Knights, and Silver Saints arcs, and the series, of course, yada yada. And so basically, I'd imagine they put this on pause. Probably that was when the pandemic hit, so they had to stop. And I'm not gonna hate on this. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, yo, y'all know me. I've pretty much gained a reputation at this point for being like a 3D CG hater, but this 3D CG doesn't look too bad to me, and maybe I might be off on this, and maybe it's because I'm not the most hardcore Saint Seiya fan. I really like Saint Seiya. I respect Saint Seiya for everything it done. You know, it's like a grandfather. It's pretty much like a Dragon Ball to a lot of Shonen Battle series. But yeah, I don't know. I think the CG doesn't look that bad, this 3D, based on this poster anyway. But for people that were keeping up with this series, Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac, it's returning for more. And yeah, you'll have English sub and dub. And again, I'm not the biggest Saint Seiya fan, but I might actually give this one a shot. I don't know. This just seems really cool and interesting. And once again, another stark reminder for people that don't know, anime and animation is slowly but surely heading to complete 3D CG. I've mentioned, I don't know, over the last few months how many things, from Slam Dunk to Trigun to Dragon Ball Super Superheroes to this. Like, there's a lot of 3D CG going around, and it's going to keep on progressively getting worse, I guess you would say. Although, again, I don't want to hate on this. I don't know. It looks cool. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think. Does this look alright? Next up, let's jump into the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jos_Ke. Places 50 through 41. For starters, OK Boom at number 47, Record of Ragnarok, another 14,000 for volume 15. Then coming in at number 43, Martial Magic and Muscles. In 14 days, 79,000. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can see that there's a decrease in sales. I remember when Martial did 91. I think it was almost 91 exactly that it did week 1. In 14 days, doing 79. I think once the anime comes, it's going to go through the roof. I have a sneaky suspicion that Martial is going to be huge. It has all the ingredients for it. It's hilarious. It has action. It has everything. It's like One Punch Man, but its own twist of One Punch Man and Harry Potter. And still, 80,000 in 2 weeks is not bad at all by any means, especially considering the competition. So shout outs to Martial. Then places 40 through 31. We got at number 35, Goodbye Eddie. In 14 days, 74,000 for a one-shot. This is why I almost have no doubt in my mind that majority of, if not all, of Tatsuki Fujimoto's works are going to be animated at some given point. We already know Chainsaw Man confirmed. Whenever Mappa decides to give us that, we're getting Chainsaw Man. I'm almost certain that Fire Punch is going to get an anime adaptation. I've heard rumors for a while. Maybe it's in production hell or something. I don't know. But I'm almost certain Fire Punch is going to get one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing, whether it be films or stuff like that, which that would be genius, I'll be honest with you. A film of Goodbye Eddie would be huge. A film of Look Back would be huge. Like, there is a lot of potential for these one-shots to do big things. And right now, Fujimoto's name prints money. Like, yo, 74,000 copies in 2 weeks of a one-shot. I repeat, a one-shot, not an ongoing series. It's all based off of, yo, that Fujimoto could write. Let's check this shit out. Fire. Then at number 33 and 31 respectively, Spy Family volumes 3 and 2, still making waves. Then places 30 through 21, Kingdom in, damn, it's been out for a minute, almost 600,000 for volume 65. I don't know, I really like that cover. That's really dope. And for the millionth time I've said throughout the last decade, oh, I need to read more Kingdom, lads. Then at number 29, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest volume 12. In 10 days, 38,000. That's not that bad, 40,000. And when that anime comes, it's going to boost it to hell as well. I think a lot of Fairy Tail fans don't know what that is. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if you don't know, if you're a Fairy Tail fan and you're watching this right now, in case you don't know, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest is literally Fairy Tail Continued. It's literally the exact Fairy Tail, better quality, mind you, better written, in my opinion, from what I've read. Better quality written, but it's Fairy Tail Continued. It's Natsu, Urza, Gray, Lucy, all of them. They're just hunting dragons. That's literally the difference, that they have a different objective, but it's all about hunting dragons, and it's really good from what I read. We got that Kimetsu Gakuen. Yo, Koyohara go Toge be eating, dog. I know that they're not the one doing this manga, but I'd imagine they get some type of profit off of it. Then you got Spy Family from places 27 to 22, occupying all those spots. So, yo, that Spy Family anime did its work. It did its job, because yeah, Spy Family would sell really well each volume that came out, but these back volumes aren't really slowing down. They're selling like hotcakes, and it's like, yo, 2 million, 1.7, 1.9, 2.2, 1.5, like, it's doing big numbers. Then places 20 through 11. Let's see here. We've got more Spy Family at 18. Ooh, we got Hajime no Ippo in 3 days, 27,000. And oh my god, is that Mashiba? Oh my god, I'm getting bad with the names. I think that's Mashiba, and looking glorious. I would love to own that volume. And that's volume 135. Shout outs to George Morikawa, GOAT. Always continuing on with his amazing boxing series. Then at number 12, Tokyo Revengers volume 28, 30,000 this week, bringing its total to 753,000. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And then top 10, we got at number 8, Dr. Stone's final volume in 14 weeks, 193,000. Not bad at all. 200,000 pretty much in 2 weeks. That's great, especially considering it's over. Number 6, Blue Lock. Oh, a new volume of Blue Lock, 45,000 in 3 days. Great stuff. At number 4, Kaiju number 8, volume 7, almost 400,000 in 2 weeks. Man, Kaiju number 8's explosion has just been unfreaking real. Number 3, My Hero Academia, volume 35, 472,000 total in 14 days. That's a little bit lower than the previous volume, if I'm not mistaken, but it's still smash up numbers plus ultra numbers, if I do say so myself. I know that was corny. And then at number 1, another volume of the Slime series in 11 days, so in its second week, topping the charts again. 357,000 total, 103,000 this week. That Slime series is freaking popular as hell. Holy shit. And yeah, people, those were the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jose_Ke. Okay, people, and let's close this episode out with the weekly Shonen Jump and weekly Shonen Magazine author comments, courtesy of Shueisha Shonen Jump and, of course, Jose_Ke. For starters, let's start off with Shonen Jump's author comments. We got Oda at the top, and I believe this is the tribute to the Yu-Gi-Oh authors passing, these comments, so we're going to get a lot of those. Oda started off with, Yu-Gi-Oh is a revolution of manga. Fans will always continue to have fun in the world that Takahashi created. Rest in peace. Yeah, that's sad. Honestly, you know what? I'm just going to read all of them. We got Shun Saeki, who does Shokugeki no Sanji. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm so very sad. Rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi sensei. Kohei Horikoshi, author of My Hero. I'm in shock. Rest in peace, Takahashi sensei. Author of Martial Magic and Muscles, Hajime Komodo. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Constantly when I was a child. I truly hope that his journey is a peaceful one. Sakamoto Days. I was obsessed with gathering Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards as a child. Takahashi Sensei, rest in peace. Ruri Dragon. Takahashi Sensei, rest in peace. I'm sorry for taking so many breaks, man. You could just see that. On a side note, Ruri Dragon's author is destroyed by what's happening. Akane Banashi. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh! First generation fan. Me too! I have so many memories. Rest in peace, Takahashi Sensei. Super Smartphone. I made my own Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards when I was a child. Rest in peace. P. Thank you for the wonderful work that was beloved by generations of readers. Rest in peace, Takahashi Sensei. Earthchild. I made many friends through Yu-Gi-Oh! Throughout my childhood. Rest in peace. Big fact. Shoutouts to Luciano and John Pierre. Wherever y'all at, we had a lot of great memories. And all my peoples, dog. Wow. Shokugeki no Sanji, Yuto Tsukuda. I respect from the bottom of my heart such a great work of art that has been loved by many generations of fans. Rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi Sensei. Blue Box. I communicated with my older brother through Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a child. Rest in peace. The Elusive Samurai. This week is filled with feelings of loss to the great giants. My condolences from the bottom of my heart. Witch Watch. I was lost for words at the sudden news. Kazuki Takahashi Sensei, rest in peace. Me and Roboko. There was adults intently playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At Shimo Kitakazawa the other day. Rest in peace. Alien Area is one of the greatest manga. With all respect to his great work, I would like to express my heartfelt condolences. High School Family. I'm so sad. I have so many memories of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rest in peace, Takahashi Sensei. Undead Unluck. With strength of solidarity in my heart, I will continue to draw manga. Rest in peace. And Doran. I was delighted by such a wonderful manga. Rest in peace, Takahashi Sensei. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. Reading all of those got me real freaking emotional right now. Once again, to the legend, to the man that crafted a large piece of my childhood, rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi. You will forever be missed. You changed the world, literally. And then on the weekly Shonen Magazine side of things, we got Muneyuki Kaneshiro, author of Blue Lock. Blue Eyes White Dragon will always be my god. Tokyo Revengers. Oh, that's the spin-off about Baji. To be published in Shonen Magazine, the same magazine I've been reading since I was a kid, brings me immense happiness. I'm bringing my best to the table, so please give this a read. Hiromashima, Eden Zero, Fairy Tail. We're doing a fan event for the first time in a while. Look forward to your support, everyone. Shoutouts to Hiromashima. Always, forever, shoutouts to Hiro. Ken Wakui, author of Tokyo Revengers. 2 of my sons are hooked on the Pokemon card game, so we've been going to the Pokemon Center a lot lately. That's amazing to hear. I love taking my nephew to go get Pokemon cards. He loves them. Kei Urana, author of Gachi Aquata. My assistant lost their glasses, got depressed when their data for what they drew got deleted too. Funny, but talk about overkill. Yo, dog, have a little bit of sympathy, dog. Goddamn, where's the empathy? Negi Haraba, author Ranger Reject. Despite installing air conditioning in my room, my feet still get hot upon entry. Nakaba Suzuki, author of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, 7 Deadly Sins. I saw Ushikubi Muda. The included commentary was super interesting. And last but not least, Yoshitoki Oima, author of To Your Eternity. I've been looking for a game similar to the Konbini for a long while, but thank goodness Kado Soft put out one. And yeah, those are the author comments of Weekly Shonen Magazine. It seems as though only the author of Blue Lock wanted to put condolences to Yu-Gi-Oh's mangaka, but either way, shout outs to all those authors. We've been losing a lot of people. I've said that throughout this episode. It almost feels like this was an episode filled with joy and loss. But that's all I have for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know anything you want in future episodes that I should include. I'm FORNEVERWORLD, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day. Oh, you should totally like, subscribe. You what I know, so just go to FORNEVERNEWS.